What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We finna talk UFC Nashville in this motherfucker. And as always, go down, like and subscribe, comment your picks for the Sandhagen fight card. And as always, these will be your hosts. I'm Paul, pick 'em, win 'em, contra, and I'm joined with.
Hey man, you already know it's your boy Kev, Water Voice Boy, aka the Dom PYE, and I'm stupid excited for this card this weekend. We going to Nashville, and I going there too because Dana White said, "Hey, it's KK's birthday this Saturday. Let me bring his favorite white boy, my dog Cory Sandhagen, in this motherfucker. You feel me? But before we talk any fighting, we got to introduce our special guest, the big dog himself, representing Bourbon and Bud MMA, Big Mick Max, the Nashville native, my boy Max. What's good with you, big dog?
Hey, yeah, man, appreciate the shout out. We're looking forward to it, of course. All the Bourbon and Bud boys are going to be there. It's going to be me, Knuckles, Alex. If y'all follow us on Twitter, we're all going to be there. We're looking forward to it, man. I mean, the days are counting by. It's a few days out at the time of this recording. We are excited. We're going to have Kev. We're going to have Romeo Mac. We wish Paul could join us, man. You know, things happen. It is what it is. But
Next one.
hell yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I am on top of the world about it. Yeah, you can catch us on Twitter at Bourbon and Bud. All of our tags or all of our handles are in that Twitter. I mean, man, we are so fucking excited for it. We're happy that Kev can join us. We always love collaborating with Totally Blitzed. We love it. Those are our homies. So appreciate y'all having me on here, man. We appreciate it.
Bro, I appreciate you coming. And Paul, the next one's either going to be in London or Vegas. So, like, you got to be ready to take a flight. I'm just letting you know now.
Damn, bro, you don't want me back in Vegas.
Yeah, it's either Tom Aspinall or we watching both. But one of these, we gonna be in Vegas.
Man, but y'all boys gonna be in UFC Nashville this Saturday. How do y'all feel about that, bro? And how do y'all feel about the overall card y'all gonna see? I know there's been a lot of changes. There's been all been shuffling around, new fighters last minute. But I will say thank God a lot of these people did fill in other than a lot of canceled fights. So like how y'all feeling about this card this weekend?
I mean, it's my motherfucking birthday.
Clap it up. Happy birthday, everyone. Go comment down below. Happy birthday, Kev.
Yeah, man. And I want to go watch violence. Me personally. I want to see some shit get fucked up. So, like, thank God they found the fill-in fighters. And a lot of fill-in fighters are not bad fighters at all. Like, even Rob Font and Cory Sandhagen makes a decent main event. So, you feel me? Like, I'm pretty excited for this card. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm lit for the Airbnb because we about to meet all the podcast homies. I get to meet Vidal Max, I get to meet Knuckles, I get to meet Alex, and I get to meet comedian Romeo Mac. And it's crazy because we talk so much shit online, and it didn't hit me. I was like, this is all gonna be our first time interaction. It's gonna be like the Spider-Man meme, and everybody's just pointing like, yo, like, you feel me? So it's gonna be a vibe. I'm looking forward to it. What about you, Max, man?
Man, I cannot fucking wait. Yeah, we got the Airbnb locked down. It's gonna be like I think six people deep at this point. So we're gonna be fucking having a good time there. The card itself is, I mean, solid. I mean, for what has happened with it, you know, with replacements and last minute cancellations and fighters stepping in, this and that, all that shit. I think Sean Woodson had like 3 or 4 different guys that he was supposed to fight. Now he finally has a fight. It's a solid card for what it could have been downgraded to. It's a great card, and I'm excited, man. The Airbnb is gonna be dope, like Kev said. We're all gonna get to meet each other. Anybody listen to this? We also said it on our Bourbon and Bud podcast that'll be dropping tomorrow. If you're gonna be in the Nashville area for the card, hit us up for the details for the pregame at the Airbnb for the UFC Nashville. We're gonna have all the Bourbon and Bud boys there. We're gonna have Kev. We're gonna have Romeo Mac. Dre Miley, UFC Bellator signee is gonna be there. We're gonna have some good times, man. Grill some burgers, have some beers, shoot some shots. It'll be a good time, man. I can't wait. So if y'all wanna pull up to that, just hit hit either Paul or Kev up for the address, or hit us up at Bourbon and Bud on Twitter. Just hit us up and provide the
Hey,
address and
hit them
details.
boys up because y'all know I don't text. Y'all know I don't text back.
Yeah, hit Bourbon and Bud. Bourbon and Bud MMA. Just DM us on Twitter and we'll give you
They gonna
the
hit me. I'm
details.
gonna hit them back. I'm gonna just send them pictures of the Airbnb. Like, yo, that shit was lit, bro. You should have got the address. You should have got.
I've been there. I'll be there in spirit, and I'll probably be on FaceTime.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Paul. I went to Nashville a couple weeks ago to go shoot some documentary shit, and I'm glad you're not coming, man, because like there's gonna be a lot of bitches. And me personally, everybody knows real men don't cheat. You feel me? Niggas is faithful. You feel me? So like I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go let them know that, hey yo, there's some great strong individuals holding it down, and I'm not. So like I'm gonna be there for we have
you
something
go
in
live your
common.
best life. You go
You feel me?
put your cowboy hat on and go hurdle the cow.
I'm bad. I didn't have time to buy a cowboy hat in Texas, and I didn't have time.
Hey, dude! Once you get to Tennessee, there's a cowboy hat in every gas station. So
I'm going
It's
to
like a
literally.
G-Man in Tampa, bro.
Oh man, but man. So that's the card, man. Let's get to it, my boys.
Well, first fight knocking off the fucking early prelims. Them boys be there. Odd Osborne, slight underdog, taking on UFC debut fighter out of Kazakhstan. We had a few of them debuting this year. Asu Amabayev. I know I probably butchered the name. I apologize already, but he's a pretty big favorite coming in as his UFC debut, minus 190 to Odd Osborne's slight little underdog. But Odd Osborne is like to me, like the tried and true, like if you're UFC level, you should be able to, like, he's a good test for UFC debut. He has wins. He's coming off a win over Charles Johnson, another good vet at the division. Uh, so if Asu Amabayev can come in and look pretty good, I mean, it'll show that he's pretty legit. The last one, I think we had him like 2 cards ago, came from Kazakhstan. They have a few fighters coming over now after the Shavnat Rachmanovs, and then boys open the door. But how do you see this one going, Mark? Fucking, I'm used to boxing. How do you see this one going, Max?
man, I'll be honest. Odie Osborne is what he is, kind of like you said. He's kind of shaping out to be like a kind of gatekeeper of that division, especially since flyweight is growing so much. He has a win over CJ Vergara, which is aged well. He lost to Minnow Cop.
Not bad loss, man. Yo Cup is kind of got that power.
Yeah. It's not a bad loss at all. I mean, Manel Cop is probably a guy that's going to be competing for the title here pretty soon. But I struggle to. It's hard for me to like weigh these guys that come from those a lot of those Eastern European and Western Asian promotions, just because. Who are they fighting? You know what I mean? It's hard to say. It's not like they're fighting bad guys, like horrible fighters. I'm not going to say that, but it's also just it's rough because you look at, for example, the guy, Asu Amabayev.
What about Azat Maksum? He was just on the Holly Holm Bruno Silva card, flyweight division. He does debut to Tyson Nam in a split decision where a lot of people thought Nam won. Like, it's a very
similar. There you go. So his most recent win was in Brave CF, and I've not heard of that. His most of his pro wins come in Brave. He beat a 3-1 guy with a rear naked choke. The fight before that, he won a split decision against a guy that's 21-10. The fight before that, he won a unanimous decision, a guy that's 4-0. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard for me to pick this one just because I don't know a lot about the other guy. I'm gonna go Odie Osborne. I mean, it's just Odie Osborne is proven and tested, and yeah, he's had his fair share of losses at that division. And when you bundle up losses at the flyweight division, it's not a good look, to be honest. But the division is getting a lot better, so I'm starting to take less stock and how many losses you have to those UFC caliber guys. So I'm gonna probably go Odie Osborne there just because I don't know enough about the other guy and I don't
Real
know enough about his competition.
real quick, I'm looking at his resume. Back in 2017 at Fight Nights Global 58, he fought Tiger Ulumbekov, who is 14-2 UFC fighter. He just submitted Nate Maness in the first round off his last fight. Like another UFC caliber guy who's like one of the like surging prospects at flyweight, and he got knocked out by him in the third round. I don't know much about the fight. I can't pull much, but I do know that's another UFC caliber guy, but he's more of a higher caliber guy, I think. I kind of
Yeah,
like the
he
fresh
also he was
blood.
supposed to fight in Nashville. He was supposed to fight in Nashville too, and he pulled out. That's funny.
Oh, yes, so I do like the flesh blood, but I don't know. The last fighter that came from over here that I said came on that fought Tyson Nam, he didn't look as great as his record and like the people he's fought's record made him look. And
Yeah,
it makes me want to lean OD Osborne or what? How is OD Osborne right?
yeah, Odie Osborne. I think
But
O'Day maybe.
I'm looking at his record. I ain't never heard of the submission, but he got a Peruvian necktie win. Peruvian necktie,
Peruvian
so I ain't
necktie.
never heard of that.
That's a nasty sub, bro.
That sounds kind of gangster. I'm gonna lean
That
the fresh
sounds
blood.
tough.
I'm
It's
no
like
as the big
it's from a
dog. I think
north-south
OD.
position. Peruvian neckties from like a north-south position. It's like kind of like a guillotine, but your legs get involved, kind of. I guess.
That's pretty dangerous. But everybody, I respect how you guys are rocking with Odie Osborne. You guys feeling the OGs. But I don't know, man. You know how I like them Kazakhstan fighters. You feel me? You know how I fuck with them boys. And my dog's 17-2. Let's see what happens. Let me see what happens. If you get a text message from me if I'm talking shit, like I'm like, I called it.
All right. Well, the next fight, there ain't even no odds on this fight just because how late of a fill-in fighter we got. Sean Woodson's taking on Dennis Bazooka in a. Only thing I really know is I don't know how the fuck Sean Woodson keeps making featherweight. He's like six. He looks 6'3", 6'4". He looks like he could be hooping. He might be like 6'2", but I don't know. He's so long and tall for this division. I want to see how long he can continue to make this weight because he's still kind of young, ain't he? Oh no, he's 31. He's not that young. He's just
He's
young
6'2".
and
Yeah, he's 6'2", and he's 31. Yep.
That's actually tragic. And what weight class is this?
featherweight.
He also has an 7.5 reach advantage on Dennis Bazooka.
Yeah,
God damn.
he's just so long for featherweight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a guy that I'm pretty high on Dennis Bazooka. I've been following him. I love that. Like, so it's weird, man. I don't like Aljo at all. I cannot stand him, but I love Ray Longo and I love his gym.
Ray Longo is cool. They going crazy
cool
right now.
Motherfucker. He's a cool motherfucker too. But Bazooka, I really like that guy a lot because I've seen all of his fights in other promotions, just trying to get to UFC. I think he lost in Contender Series or maybe
Back in 2020 he lost the decision.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. So he's been killing it outside of that though. So it's like he is definitely due, his UFC appearance, but it's a rough one coming in 2 days' notice with a guy that has like 8 inches on you in reach. So I mean that's a rough one. I'll tell you right now
So he actually was on the Contender Series twice. Season 4 he lost, and in
I forgot about
came
that.
back and got a win.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I don't. Yeah, like one of y'all said there's no odds out on it yet, but I think Paul, you said there's no odds out on it yet.
Yeah, no odds yet.
It's gonna be a lot of plus money towards Dennis Bazooka. I would say sprinkle a little bit on Dennis Bazooka, but I would say that probably Woodson's probably gonna win. He's not, in my opinion, like I said, he's not that special, but I think he gets it done.
Yeah, no, if the odds are anything north of like plus 250, plus 300, like sprinkle a little something because he is pretty well rounded, and Ray Longo does have a world caliber champion in his staple that he trains with all the time. So that is like same. We saw it whenever at Pierre
He's
versus.
good.
We've seen it a few times. Diego Lopez filled in and almost beat Mozart Askalov. We've seen it on with
Longo's got his things going on, man.
yeah, Christian Rodriguez when he upsetted Raul Rojas Jr. Like we see these guys coming from elite level gyms and they're younger and people are hyping them up and they usually tend to look really good even if the odds don't look good for them. So like I kind of co-sign that. The odds ain't out yet, but anything north of like plus 250, I'm probably throwing a little something on it.
Remember what happened with that Sean O'Malley dude, Will McGee, I think.
Yeah.
2 days notice knocked that guy out. So
Yeah. Willis
hey,
McGee,
shit
I
can
think,
happen.
or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, dude, I listen to the Anik Florian podcast pretty much every week, and they have a segment with Ray Longo every single week, and that dude will not shut up about how good um,
His fucking
Dennis
last name
Bazooka
is
is.
Bazooka,
Bazooka.
bro.
And that's not like I'm saying he won't shut up. I'm not saying that as a bad thing because I love Ray Longo.
No,
The
I know
dude
you're
wants to
saying.
see him succeed, man, because he's a fucking good fighter. He's a banger. I mean, Dennis Bazooka, he's a beast. So,
Yeah.
yo, let's see him. Let's see him get the
Have you
dub.
running the
I don't think
bazooka
it'll
train?
happen, but I would love to see it happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love to see it happen.
Yeah, I was hyped. I was watching Anakin Florian podcast. I was doing my purchase request and shits.
Mm.
And he was stupid. I am, bro. And I really, really like, bro. And I'm rooting for him. But I'm gonna take motherfucking Sean Woods. Cause like
What's
I need to see this long ass motherfucker in person. Is he really like shacking niggas? Like, does he really get the fuck off? Like, you feel me? I gotta see how this shit goes. Do you see a finish in this, or do you think somebody takes it all the way, all 3 rounds?
I'll probably see a finish in my opinion.
That's what we want.
they
One
can
way or
probably
the other.
feel it, but I think this is gonna be a decision fight. If you see Bazooka's last fights are all decisions mostly, and Woodson, I think he could probably get a finish, but at the same time, like Bazooka is a good enough opponent where I don't see him going down. So I
See, I just see either like this short notice. I see Bazooka getting like an early knockout or like a late, second round, early third round, just TKO from Ware for Woodson. And I know Woodson's not much of a finisher, but I just could see it going down the way. But decision is also a very realistic possibility.
And then we got a couple more flyweights, bro. This card's stacked with the small weight classes, bro. We got some more flyweights here. Cody Durden plus 160 against Jake Hadley minus 190. I kind of like Durden as the underdog here. Like, what is he 4-2 in his UFC run so far? And he's
I think
only
he's only
lost.
lost once.
Yeah, I think he's lost twice. Has he lost only once?
I could be wrong. Hold on, let me check.
I know he lost to Makai. Yeah, he lost to Jimmy Flick and Muhammad.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Mokaev.
you're right. He got the fucking flying triangle. Yeah.
Yeah, a crazy flying triangle, and then he went up against the best prospect in the division by far, Makayev. People have high ceilings on him, and other than that, I mean, he's looked really good in my opinion. So like, I kind of like Cody Durden as the underdog here, even though Jake Hadley is a really good fighter. He does have the submission threat. He does have good stand up, so he kind of can. He's kind of really good everywhere you take him, but I don't know. Durden's kind of barking at me as the underdog here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you're barking up the right tree. I would say with picking Cody Durden. He's a wrestle heavy guy. He's 15-4-1. I mean, he's been good in the UFC. You also got Jake Hadley, who's 26, a little bit, obviously less, experienced. I think he's 2-1 UFC. He lost to Alon Nascimento by decision. Man, it's hard. It's a hard one. I think if Jake Hadley can stop the takedowns from Durden, then he's gonna win. Because I don't think that on the feet there's nothing that Durden has for him. I don't think. But it is a close fight. it's going to be – I think it's going to come down to the takedown defense because I think that Durden is pretty much just going to rush a clinch, pin him against the cage, and then try to work like a single leg or a double leg. He's probably going to try to work a double leg. He'll wrap his rounds around his like wrapped around the legs, and then if he can't get that, he'll probably try to circle into a single leg. But if he can't get that, then I just don't see a path to victory for Durden. So I'm gonna go Jake Hadley. I'm not super confident in it, but I would say that I think that he'll be okay in the takedown defense department. And I think he's gonna get the win.
How you feel, Kev? You got the fucking wrestler. That boy, I will say, Durden shoots so many takedowns. So it's like, does he continue to pace forever, or does he get stuffed and just looks miserable on the feet?
I think it's a 3-round fight. I mean, if he can just catch, if he can use his stand up to set up takedowns, I think Durden can get the W in this one right here. But that's only if he can really keep up on the feet. As long as he can stay decent on the feet, make Brett guess and not telegraph the takedowns. I like him to make something shake. And he could get another crate. And he needs to come back after that last knockout, so he might be a little hesitant.
All right. Next fight, speaking of knockouts, both of these guys coming off KOs. Not that they got them, but they got knocked out themselves. Billy Q out of 8-3, my guy, coming off the Edson Barbosa knockout, going up against Damon Action Jackson, coming off the Dan Ige knockout. And it's just like how the mighty have fallen, because Damon Action Jackson was the co-main event in his last fight against Dan Ige, and Billy Q was on the main card with Edson Barbosa in his last fight. And now they're here in the prelims, which just also should let you know how good of a card this is.
Facts.
But Billy Q, pretty big, not big favorite, but -170. Damon Jackson +145. A little bit more than a pick 'em on the odds. I know I rock with Billy Q a lot, but I also really fuck with Damon Jackson. His nickname is Action Jackson for a reason. He doesn't shy away from giving the crowd what they want. And if there's any early like prediction for Friday the night, I think this is mine right here. Billy Q and Damon Action Jackson is gonna go fucking kind of get the crowd what they need early on. We're gonna be talking about how lit this crowd is at home. Like, damn, bro, they kind of remember how Kansas City was, and we're like, damn, bro, they're showing up for the early. Like, this is gonna be that fight that gets the crowd pumping.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think that's going to be the one that definitely springs it. You got two guys that nobody's shooting a takedown. Nobody's shooting a takedown in that fight. Billy Q and Damon Jackson are going to be the guys that are just going to just fucking come at you and give everything they can on the feet. It's going to be a brawl. I do see Billy Q probably winning. I hate to say that. I mean, I don't hate to say it because I do like Billy Q, but I also love Damon Jackson, man. Like, I've had like personal interactions with Damon Jackson. I've had some personal interactions with Billy Q, just like on Twitter, like on the feed and stuff. But like, I've had some like personal DMs with like Damon Jackson. That motherfucker is like, he is a cool dude, man. He's a cool guy. I'd love to see him win. I just don't know if I see it in this one. Billy Q is just super talented. I think he just – and maybe I'm sounding like an asshole saying this, but I think his ego got in the way a little bit in his Edson Barbosa fight, and he just got caught. You know what I mean? Like, that shit happens. That shit just happens with young fighters. So
and Barbosa told him, like, we saw the KO was because we saw something in film.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, let's see if Damon Jackson can expose that tendency, but maybe let's see if Billy Quarantillo, short up that tendency. We'll see, man. It's going to be a banger. I agree with you both that it's going to be like, probably fight of the night.
Nah, that's just going to be hard. But you already knew I was rooting for that boy, Billy Q. That boy representing the 813 out of South Gracie. So, yeah. But I didn't know this fight was going to be as crazy as it is right now. This is the fight you make sure you hold your pee in for.
Yeah, do not go get no beer during this fight. Sit your ass down and enjoy the show.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Damon Action Jackson, and even though I root for my guy Billy Q, I think you know how there's always that one guy that like how there's the Dan Hooker to the Adesanya.
Yeah.
Like I think Billy Q is the guy that people really like, and we want him to win a lot. But I just don't see the ceiling as high. I do think he's more of a fun fighter than like the real deal. But like I said, fire tonight. This guy's gonna be the guy I'm rooting for in almost all his fights. But when
You
it
said
comes to
Damon Jackson or Billy Q?
Billy Q,
Okay.
but Damon Jackson, you know how similar to when Charles Jourdain fought Shane Burgos and we expected it to be a war. I think
Yeah.
Damon Jackson is going to come for the fight a little bit, but then I think he does maybe shoot a takedown, and he does have a little bit of submission threat that I don't think Billy Q has yet. And like even like I kind of everyone fucks with the whole gym though, like Matt Frivola and Billy Q, like they're dogs, but I just don't. I'm just not as high on Billy Q as a lot of other people are. So
Fair.
that's kind of like I'm rooting, especially because as the underdog pick in like a 50-50 fight, I'm leaning towards the action man himself.
Oh, I feel you, man. Like I'm a big Damon Jackson fan. I love that guy. I picked him against Dan Ige and felt that
Yeah.
pain severely. So I feel you, man. I do like Damon Jackson. I honestly like almost hope he wins. You know what I'm saying? But like I also love Billy Q, so it's a hard one for me.
All right, we jump into the next fight. We got Jeremiah Wells. This is a pick 'em fight, really. Jeremiah Wells against Charleston Harris. But I love Jeremiah Wells. He's just so fucking big and strong. Like he is like the Adonis at welterweight. Like the way he's built, how swole he is. So like no matter
Yeah.
what, I'm rooting for him. I don't care who it is. Coming off a good win against Smellsburger, I don't think it could go wrong.
I think yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of a pick 'em. Honestly, it's just like Jeremiah Wells. Yeah, he did what he did. Carlson Harris is what he is. It's hard. They're both 36. They're like the same fucking guy. I mean, they're like the same fucking fighter. It's hard.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you might just have to ride the heat. That boy Jeremiah Wells on a 4-fight winning streak. Sometimes you
Yeah,
just might have to
true.
ride the hot hand.
Yeah, true. I'll go. Yeah, Jeremiah Wells sounds good to me because that just seems like a pick 'em to me. So I'll go Jeremiah Wells just off the hot streak.
We all rocking Jeremiah Wells. Fuck it. Going to the next fight. Another fight that honestly could be a really low key banger. Kyler Phillips against Rayoni Barcelos. Last time we saw Barcelos was against Umar Nurmagomedov. A lot of people thought it'd be his toughest test. Umar kind of blew past that test. Kyler Phillips coming off a win. And the only thing I really know about Kyler Phillips is his win over Song Yadong, which has aged really well since then. The Song Yadong has, since that loss to Kyler Phillips, has looked absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kyler Phillips in that one. Ronda Barcelos is a good fighter, and he's taking this on short notice. But you also got to consider that he was already in a fight camp for somebody that pulled out of a fight against him. So he is in fight shape, but he's also 36 at bantamweight. So we've seen what happened recently with bantamweight fighters over the age of 35. They just have not fared well, especially against younger guys, and especially against a guy like Kyler Phillips. I don't see a path of victory to Ronnie Barcelos. Unfortunately, I love him. He's a cool fighter, man, and I've been a fan for a while, but I think Kyler Phillips is gonna win.
Yeah, long hair, don't care. I fuck with Kyler Phillips heavy. Barcelos.
I do like him, yeah, for sure. He's dope. He's a cool guy. I would have loved to see him fight, Said Nurmagomedov, but
That was the original fight, right?
yeah, that was the original fight. I would have loved to see that fight. That would have been a banger.
Why was the pull out again? Was it due to injury?
I don't know. Injury, probably. I'm not sure why Said pulled out, but
Damn, that's kind of crazy. Is Sayer in the same camp as Umar?
No. So Umar is Khabib's cousin. Saeed does have the same last name, but no, they're not related. Saeed's completely separated from them,
Okay.
as far as what I've been able to tell.
Damn, is this boy Kev still with us?
I was about to say, I've been laughing. Kev, what you doing, bro?
Yo, Kev, you still around for Nashville?
Oh shit.
Yeah. What should we do? Should I pause it?
I don't know. Should we just finish the podcast and just wait till he wakes up?
Keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep it moving and just.
All right,
Whoa.
fuck it.
Hey, this is good for views.
Yeah, see how long. Let's have a ticker. Someone listen to
I'm gonna start the timer. I'm gonna start the stopwatch and see when we when we get him back. All right, I start.
over under 5 minutes.
Oh, over for sure.
Over.
I got it going.
All right. Well, we both got Kyler Phillips as a 2-1 favorite. I'm a fucking butcher this next name. I'm gonna fucking butcher it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get it.
Ignacio Bahamondes.
Oh yeah. You got it. Ignacio Bahamondes.
Okay.
Bahamondes. Ignacio Bahamondes.
Ludovic
versus
Klein.
Ludwig Klein. Yep. Ludwig Klein versus Ignacio. Shit.
I actually got to see Bahamondes live at UFC 287. He was on the I think prelims.
That fight is a banger, dude. That's gonna be an insane fight. That's gonna be just fireworks, dude. I don't even know who to pick. That's one I don't want to make a pick on. Like, it's gonna be so fucking good. Like, I just don't know if I can make a pick.
It's kicking off the main card too.
It is ticking off. So I want to make a pick, but like, dude, it's hard. That's a hard one to make a pick on because they're both so game.
Yeah, no, neither one shy away from. Oh, stop the timer! Stop the timer!
Oh, he's back. He's back.
We got life. What's the number? What's the number?
How long was out?
About a minute and a half.
Okay.
Dang.
He saw the other side and came back.
He was like, I'm not ready for this shit yet. I'll go back to the podcast, I guess.
I'm crying.
Damn, but Bahamondes is a 2-1 favorite though. I mean, Las Vegas odds is telling everyone that Bahamondes should be kind of walking through Klein. Even though I know Klein ain't no pushover, but he did. Then he's coming off a draw with Jaya Herbert. And he has 2 decent wins, but then he fought Nate the Train, and got submitted. With Nate Maness?
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
yeah,
so
right. He beat Mason Jones, which is he's not in the UFC anymore. So he beat Devontae Smith, who is also not in the UFC anymore. Nate Landwehr beat him. He beat So I mean, you're kind of on the right spot there with. He has not beaten a single person that's still in the UFC, Ludwig Klein.
That's what when it comes to Bahamondes, if as long as you think he's the real deal, I got to see him live. He looked legit against Trey Ogden, who is, I think, at least UFC caliber fighter. It's not the best, but
he's you wrong. I mean, he's done what he had. So he knocked out Roosevelt Roberts, which is like the fucking poster child of this season's tough. Dude, I'm gonna go Bahamondes. Hammer that shit. Don't even matter what the odds are.
Yeah, bro. At minus 200. Like I'm telling you right now, go parlay Kyler Phillips and Bahamondes to end the prelims and to start the main card. And I don't think that could go wrong. Like you're probably getting plus 100 odds. Just nice little. Give me my money back when I win it. All right. I don't know shit about this next fight, so I'm going to go grab a beer while Max introduces and talks Tanner Boser versus Alexka Kamir.
I can work with that.
Put me on, man.
The light heavyweight dream matchup.
So we've got Tanner Boser and Alexa Kamir. Obviously, Tanner Boser is not a recent light heavyweight. He just fought. His most recent was on the Holloway and Allen card. He fought Ion Kudalaba, got knocked out. I don't think he's gonna fare much better in this one. He's fighting Alexa Kamur. That guy, he's a beast coming up. He only has one, UFC fight. Um, he fought Nikolai, whatever his last name is. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. But he does train with Stipe. He's got boxing. He trains with Stipe. That's his that's Stipe's primary partner, like primary training partner is Alexi Kamir. So he knows what he's doing to a point. So he trains with Stipe. That's his primary training partner.
Is this kind of like the new younger? I mean, even though they're both about this, only he's 27. The new younger talent and light heavyweight taking on the older guard.
I guess it's a hard way to put it that though, because Alexa Kamir has not proven himself as that younger up and coming talent. Because I mean, the loss to Nikolai, whatever the fuck his last name is not good. It's not a good one to me personally, because Nikolai
Nikolai
Nigramanu,
Nurmagomedov.
yeah, he just got knocked out by. So he did beat.
Right, he hasn't fought since
Oh shit.
2021.
Okay.
That was
This
back
guy,
in 2021.
yeah, I'm looking at the guy's resume. It's not bad. He beat Ike Villanueva. He beat Kennedy Nzechukwu, who's also on the card.
Right,
And he
2021.
He beat Ihor Potieria. His only loss is to Carlos Olberg, and he knocked him out. But Carlos Olberg's an elite level kickboxer, so that's understandable. So yeah, no, I mean.
But inactivity should play a factor since 2021. He hasn't fought in a while. I didn't notice that. Where Tanner Bosa is 1-4 in his last
I'm pretty sure he had a nasty knee injury or something. He had an injury of some capacity, but
that's more understandable then.
Yeah. He does train with Stipe. I'm trying to let me find some information, see if I can figure out why he's been out so long, because he hasn't been out for a long time.
No, but honestly, you tell me that he trains with Stipe, wants me to go bet him as a plus 135.
Yeah, they
that's that information alone.
That's his primary training partner.
Talent.
That is Stipe's primary training partner is Alexa Kamur, because they don't have a lot of heavyweights in that gym.
I don't know, man. Stipe also fights fire, so he has double the training in. You feel me? So, but I don't know. Alexa Kamura sounds like a hitter. He's on his second UFC fight. Dana might be trying to feed him to the wolves, feed him some new meat. I don't know. Tanner Boser might die.
But Tanner Boser
looks so bad in his last fight. He
got knocked out by Kutalepa. Was it? And then
Ion Kutalepa. Yeah.
His one win is the OSP Ovant St. Pierre in the last 3 years.
Y'all keep going. I gotta piss so bad. I'll be right back. I gotta piss,
good, bro.
Horribly.
Yeah, so it's not like you betting on Tanner Boser.
I know, but I'm not. I'm also kind of at the sentiment where Canadian UFC MMA is not the and all that. They got Charles Air Jourdain. But
what about Mike Malott, the new dude?
Oh, Mike Malott. They do. Okay, you got two nice little hitters, but Tanner Boser's not the hitter. Tanner Boser, he's like the C team of Canada, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck. And I don't know what flag Alexa Kamir got. This is the first time I ever seen this flag. And I kind of fucked with the flag alone. And I don't know why, but I think that's why I'm picking.
Go create his own country.
And he looked kind of ripped, I'm not going to lie. Tanner Boser is not the most athletic guy.
Say less, but on to my big dog, my homie.
I knew you was waiting for this one.
Diego Lopez. The worst chess piece I've ever seen in my life. But
we hate him, bro. Will you give respect to Diego Lopez around here?
It's not what's on the chest, it's what's in it. And that's why Diego Lopez is him. He took the last fight was a UD that I swear he won. Took that fight at the last possible second. Shout out Diego Lopez. And his He like also Tatiana Suarez's coach, like BJJ
Alexa
coach or
Grasso's
something.
coach, I think.
Alexa Grasso, that's what it is. So
Alexa
technically
Grasso's
Aldana's coach too. Technically Aldana's coach too, since
Technically, you want to be when we're getting specific.
So he done train hitters. He trains hitters.
Yeah, but Gavin Tucker is no pushover. I was kind of speaking down on the Canadian fighters. Forgot Gavin Tucker was the next fight. Gavin Tucker's pretty decent. I mean, his UFC stint, he's 4-2, and it's kind of crazy to say, but Dan Ige holds a knockout win over two fighters. Like Dan Ige has got a knockout win over what's his name on the prelims, Damon Action Jackson and Damon Action Jackson's last fight, and then Gavin Tucker's last fight was Dan Ige got knocked out also. So like both guys are leaning into this card with a Dan Ige KO, but Gavin Tucker outside of that has looked really good in UFC. Diego Lopez though, I think he is everyone's fan favorite. So I don't know if the odds are kind of favoring him because of how good he looked against Movlev, and maybe he's the real deal, but I don't know for real. I don't know. And Gavin Tucker's looked pretty good so far in his UFC stint.
2021 was his last fight.
Hell yeah.
Diego Lopez fought the other day.
How do you feel about Diego Lopez versus Gavin Tucker?
I like Diego Lopez a lot, man. I like that dude. The way he showed up on that short notice fight, I hate his hair. You know, I mean, what is he doing?
Brazilian Justin Bieber, bro. He looks beautiful.
To fight Mosar Evslev the way he did, man, that was impressive as fuck to me. I love that. I'm gonna be heavy on him on this card because he's had a full camp. Gavin Tucker's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but he's 37, fighting at featherweight. I just don't trust that, especially against a guy like Diego Lopez that's coming up and he's hungry. Obviously, he's hungry because the way he fought against dude. So it's like, to me, it's Diego Lopez, and it's gonna be close, but I just have him winning. I don't know.
Yeah, I got my dog by sub.
I do have to hop out, unfortunately. Appreciate y'all having me on. I do got to get out of here.
No problem. Real quick before you head out, though.
Yeah.
Co-main and main event. You don't have to break them down. What's your official picks?
Got you. I'm going to pick Tatiana Suarez, 10-0. I think that Jessica Andrade is coming back way too fast from a knockout. And Tatiana Suarez is just a beast. She's a fucking menace, man. She's awesome. I think she's going to just probably work her to a decision. As far as the main event goes, Cory Sandhagen versus Rob Font. I think Cory Sandhagen is going to methodically, slowly piece that man down and probably knock him out in the fourth round. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. That I think he's going to piece him up. I think Rob's going to land some significant strikes. I think he may even hurt Cory at one point, just like stumble him a little bit. You know, have people like on the edge of their seats. But I think Cory Sandhagen is probably going to put him out in the fourth round. I don't think Cory Sandhagen is going to land nothing pretty on him, like a flying knee or something bad fast. I think he's just going to volume his way to a TKO victory in the fourth round. That's kind of what I'm leaning.
All right. Well, appreciate you stopping by. Again, everyone go tune in to Bourbon the Bud MMA podcast. Go follow them boys on Twitter. Go give that boy Max a follow. Knuckles, Alex. Give everyone a good follow on Twitter. Appreciate you again coming by, big dog.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's always love. Kev, I look forward to seeing you Friday. Paul, I look forward to meeting you in the future, bro.
Yes, sir. Of course. I'll see you in the near future.
It's
Hell yeah. Peace out, brothers.
All right, Kev. Well, we're down a man, but the show got to keep going. We kind of I think everyone knows.
I'm awake now.
Yeah, everyone knows we're kind of leaning Diego Lopez. I couldn't hide it as much as I wanted to, but yeah, Gavin Tucker's cool, but Canadian UFC again. Diego Lopez, Brazilian BJJ masterpiece. I agree with Kev. Give me him by sub. I don't know what the odds are, but his submission game looks super legit in his last fight.
It's just that chest piece. We gotta do something about that. Maybe get it covered up.
Then our next fight, light heavyweight Kennedy Nshekwu versus Dustin Jacoby. Kennedy's coming off a banger in his last fight against Devin Clark, where they were just slanging, banging on the feet, and then he gets the standing guillotine or whatever, like what fight of the night bonus. Justin Jacoby definitely looked good in his last few fights as well. I mean, it's a pick 'em for a reason. Jacoby's more refined, but Kennedy, in my opinion, Kennedy's got that like unhuman strength matched with his insane reach, and he's only getting better on the ground in the BJJ department. As long as he can, keep Jacoby at a distance, limits the leg kicks, and kind of plays his own game, I think his power is gonna be too much. He's just another one of them like genetic freaks where like he doesn't have to hit you. It doesn't have to look hard for it to do power. He can hit you with a little jab, and you're kind of like a little stumbled now.
I respect him. Like you said, bro had a banger of a fight last card. Last time he fought against Devin Clark. I'm riding the hot hit on this one. Kennedy got to get the sub. Kennedy, I'm not gonna say he's gonna get sub, but Kennedy gonna get the dub.
And then a fight that's co-main event, but I'm not gonna lie, if this was 3 months ago, I would not have complained if this had been a main event. But Jessica and Andrade coming off of 2 L's to world-class talent in Aaron Blanchfield, the number one ranked strawweight right now, and Jan Exan, and another top 5 ranked fighter at strawweight at this point. But other than that, before that, she was on the ass-beating tour, reminding everybody who she was, so don't get it twisted. But Tatiana Suarez, one fight back since her UFC debut, where she absolutely dominated, got a second round submission in her first fight in 4 years. So to let me know that like she's not she I didn't see no ring rust. I didn't see none of that like, oh, she might not be the same. She looked just as dominant. And this is the fight that, I mean, I know she's pretty big on the odds, -360 to Andrade's +260. Biggest underdog on the card is Andrade. But no disrespect to her, but she's just another, like if this was me going to Jiffy Lube or going to they're checking my oil real quick. That was the first fight. Okay, she looks good here. Now they're checking my windshield wipers, and that's going to be Jessica Andrade. Once she checks off all the boxes of, okay, she's fully back, she's going to go straight into a title fight. That is who Tatiana Suarez is. She is a title fighter through and through. Either she has the belt or she's fighting for the belt.
Yeah, I mean, like they said, Jessica Andrade is coming back from a knockout crazy fast, literally May 6th. I will say one thing about Jessica Andrade. Since we started this podcast, she's had to fight at least 5 or 6 times. She's consistently going at it, fading consistently, never ducking smoke. But this might be a little too early. And she just lost. And Tatiana Suarez is a hitter. So, like, I don't really know how this really plays out too well. And we'll see what happens. But it's certainly like she's slowly just going to become a gatekeeper in a second. Like, you're a former champion. You're nice. You're fucking people up. You're always down to take a fight. You're one tough motherfucker. But these younger cats are coming through and killing. These younger cats are coming through and getting the dubs.
And it's not even that she's younger, because this is her second UFC stint. She had to retire before, or not retire. She had a crazy injury and was just out forever.
Oh,
but she's 10-0, and I'm pretty sure like 8 or 7 of the fights were in the UFC, and she averages 6 takedowns a fight. Like she's had time for that number to kind of average out back at 2 and 3, but it's never averaged out. Her wrestling performance dominance, like she's just one where maybe Andrade doesn't get a lot of damage in the fight coming off the KO loss, and not too much to worry about. But the women's strawweight division has a Habib, like, and that's Tatiana Suarez. She's been here, done that, and I just think Andrade's that name where it looks good on the resume as your comeback, but everyone knows Andrade's not the same Andrade from like a few years back on her championship level.
Yeah, I said the one that fucked up Rose Namajunas. It's not the
Yeah,
same
it's not
thing.
that same woman, but whenever you look at it, it's gonna be like, oh, it was only a year and a half after that. But in reality, we all know that's not this. She's fought like 8 damn times since that fight. Like, it's not the same person.
Yeah, it's fact. So I'm definitely tapping on the Tatiana Suarez button immediately on this one.
And then we got the main event here. I mean, a banger should have been Cory Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar in this camp has to pull out.
It happens.
Instead, we get a banger of a fight. It's gonna be a stand-up war in my eyes. Cory Sandhagen versus Rob Font. We've seen Rob Font his last fight look phenomenal. Get a KO over Giannis live in Miami where we're at. And Cory Sandhagen last fight is absolutely dismantling Cheeto Vera and giving him an absolute lesson on what it means to be a stand-up fighter in UFC. So Rob Font, I mean, cannot disrespect his boxing. Definitely has one of the best jabs in the game. Got power in his hand. His chin has shown that he can take punishment. Ask Cheeto Vera. He knocked him down 3 times. But damn, like Cory Sandhagen's one tough matchup.
One tough motherfucker. The baddest white boy in the motherfucking promotion. But now, shout out Cory Sandhagen for even originally taking the fight against Umar. And when people called him crazy, he said, "Well, there's 2 reasons why I took this fight. One because I want to fight all the good fighters. If not, I'm not going to really feel like world champion. And 2, because I'm a beast, bitch." So yeah, like Cory Sandhagen was one built different, and I think that's what he's going to showcase in this fight. He's going to show that he has a lot of different skills and a lot of different ways to fuck you up. So like they always say, like Aljo submitted Corey, like you had to was there very very smart because like that was gonna be a long fight if he didn't type shit. Like Cory Sandhagen, in my opinion, has a toolbox full of shit, and like his strategy is very one of a kind, and the way he looks at fighting is very pure. So I can't wait to watch this main event live.
And like Aljo got that submission so quick, so fast. And if Cory Sandhagen's done anything, it's at least he's gone out and proven he's deserved a second title shot. We saw Max Holloway do that when he lost to Volk. We saw Robert Whitaker do that when he lost to Adesanya the first time. Like when you're a great fighter, you go out there and you go dominate the other rest people in your field to go show I should continue to fight for the title because I'm gonna dominate these other guys. And I feel like that's what Cory Sandhagen's been doing. Like, put me in the ring with fucking whoever, and I'm gonna fuck them up. And I think that's gonna see some more of that. But I'm not counting out Rob Font. I wouldn't personally bet on this fight just because Sandhagen's such a big favorite. Like a minus 340 is massive in UFC odds, and anything can happen. Rob Font, like if it's gonna be a stand up fight, that especially means anything can happen. And I love Cory Sandhagen slicing elbows, his unique style, super fast hands. And yes, Rob Font may be slower, but we saw him piece Cheeto Vera up just as much as Cory Sandhagen did. He just didn't have as much power behind it to knock him down. He outpieced him 3-1. It was
Oh, wow.
180 like punches to like 70 out of Cheeto Vera, and then
And
Cory
then
Sandhagen did the same.
and didn't Cheeto win that decision?
Yeah, because he knocked him down 3 times. That's what I'm saying. If his chin has been tested, he got knocked down, but he kept getting back up. And now this is a 5 round fight. Those later rounds, if his chin really could like keep up, he gets knocked. Let's say he gets knocked down like 3, 4 times this fight, but fourth and fifth round, Sandhagen's kind of gassed because he's kind of did a lot throughout the first 3 rounds. And Rob Font's still true and steady. Just walking down, throwing the jab, throwing the hands, throwing the body shots. Like it could get a little like that's why I wouldn't bet on Cory Sandhagen. Like I'm picking him 100%. I expect him to get a KO, probably doctor stoppage because of like a cut on the eye that's not good. Doctor comes in, stops it. I think it'll be like a third round KO. But if Rob Font's chin took the best of Cheeto Vera shots, who a lot of people say has insane power, why can't he take Sandhagen's toughest shot? Yeah, he'll get knocked down, but if he gets right back up, like keeps moving forward, like it could be a little issue.
I don't know, man. What a Sandhagen comes with that precision, and like Connor says, precision beats power.
That's true. I was, and if anyone could do it, it is Sandhagen. His hands are so fast too. Where like he might not have the power, but his speed, he'll hit you with 3 or 4 before you throw one.
Hell yeah.
Officially though, do you have him by stoppage? You have him by KO? You have him by
I
submission?
I have Sandhagen by. I gotta go in the decision. No, I'm like I got Sandhagen by the fourth, and I don't. I got Sandhagen stopping it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Kenny to stoppage too, and I think it'll be Doctor. I feel like Font's gonna not want to quit, but like he's kind of for, or maybe we might. As bad as it sounds, we may see someone throw a towel in.
No. I don't like it.
If it's because we saw Rob Font's face after the Cheeto Vera fight, how puffed up it was and how bad it was, and he's like what 36 years old at bantamweight. If Sandhagen is like through has done a lot of damage through 4 rounds, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm just saying it now. It sounds bold right now, but this fight could be like a Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie type shit we're looking at.
Damn, you really think it's gonna go down like that?
If Font's hands were faster, I wouldn't feel like that. But Font's hands are not that fast.
And this is somebody that's seen his hands live in Miami.
Yeah, like Giannis was just young. It's not like you're fighting against young talent. Like Sandhagen has fought the top tier. He made Cheeto Vera look like he shouldn't be in the UFC. That's what I'm
That's
saying. This could potentially look really bad. So that's why, like, I don't know. But yeah, give me Sandhagen by fucking stoppage here.
same. Punch it.
Anything you want to say to everyone at home before we head out? I mean, you're gonna be the one that's there live.
I mean, it's gonna be a fucking vibe out there. I'm not gonna get too much footage, but I am gonna try to make little recaps of everything that goes down and probably record a lot of shit. So stay tuned, man. If you're out there in Nashville, hit up Max and them boys, Bourbon and Bud MMA. The boys are really some cool people. And it's gonna be a vibe. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, everybody, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. As always, it's been a fucking blast talking some fighting with y'all. This is UFC Nashville, Sandhagen versus Font, which on paper we talked it top to bottom. This is a pretty stacked card. Stay tuned for the early prelims, the prelims and main card, ESPN, ESPN Plus. And if y'all didn't know, this was Paul Pickle, Wyndham Concha. I was joined with Kev Waterboy, Street Fight Enthusiast Savoy. And this has been Totally Blitz Podcast. And if y'all didn't know, well, now y'all know, motherfuckers.